How old were you the first time visiting Rikers Island?
Um, I just turned 19.
Was it because of you being accused of a crime? Did you go to visit someone?
Nah, I was being accused of a crime at that time.
Were you alone? Did you have co-defendants?
Yeah, I had co-defendants, but I'm the only one that made it to the island.
Oh, okay. Was it because of your age?
Nah, because they cooperated and I didn't.
Okay, okay. So you're on the bus coming from Central Brooklyn. What borough was this?
Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn?
Yeah, downtown Brooklyn.
Okay, okay. Did you hear about Rikers Island prior to you getting there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What are stories you heard as a young adult, a young teen, even as a little kid? Rikers Island, what was your perception of Rikers Island?
Basically, people was making it seem like it was like a war zone, but then you had like other people making it seem like it was like Candyland, lying about what they was doing and how much control they had. So when I got there, like I was just expecting like the worst of the worst to happen.
Did that scare you a little bit in any sense? How did you feel emotionally when you actually were physically there?
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. Like that bus ride there, I was nervous because all you kept hearing about was like niggas getting stabbed and cut, stabbed and cut. So like, and the town is different. Like when you in jail, like there's nowhere to go. So it's like no matter if you scared or not, you gotta face all your fears right there.
Did you run into anybody you know?
A few like older dudes from my hood, but not nobody like I was really cordial with.
Any correction officers or any mental health staff that you maybe knew from your neighborhood or growing up? Did you see anybody other than other inmates that you were familiar with?
It was this one female CO. She was like cool with my aunt, but I guess like she didn't want to like make it hot that she knew my family. So like when I tried to like say like little stuff like "So how you doing," she used to just like turn her head towards me.
Do you remember what building you went to?
Yeah, I was in OBCC.
Okay. How long were you like going through the process, the intake process, and getting to your housing area? How was that?
That first time there, I think I was in like back then they was getting people out of intake quick, so I was probably in intake for probably like maybe like a day and a half. And then when I got to the housing unit, like that was the first time me seeing like a dorm with like 60 other niggas in there with beds out, the sheets and the little cots that we had to sleep on. Like that shit had me feeling like, man, this shit different. Like that shit look like a big ass shelter.
Did you feel alone?
Yeah, cause I ain't see no familiar faces, and it ain't like when you get in trouble in school and you could just make a call and somebody come pick you up and take you home.
How was the COs treating you?
I ain't really have like too many like interactions with COs because I'm like a real like quiet person. Like I really like sit back and observe shit, so I ain't really stand out too much.
Did trouble ever come to you with all the chaos that was going on around you? Did it ever look you in the eye?
Yeah, but it was never like from something that started with me. It was always like somebody that was around me getting into something and I just automatically get involved with it.
Did you know your destiny once you were there? Did you find out how much time you were doing right away? Did you premeditate, hey, maybe I might have to do 2 to 4 years? Are you like trying to psych yourself out? Do you think that you're gonna go home?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got there, probably like my third day there, I got a visit from my mother, and she had got like some misinformation from I guess like the police officers. So when she came to me, she was like telling me all the wrong shit. So I thought I was gonna be sitting there for like life.
How did that make you feel?
I was scared as shit. Like damn, I ain't never gonna go home. I ain't gonna get no money. I ain't gonna get no pussy. No mad young. I just threw my life away. It's like it was just trash.
It seems like everybody around you probably also feels the same.
Yeah, but then you got people there that's their life. Like jail, Riker'S is like a revolving door for them. Like, so they come and go, they mad comfortable. And you could tell like after sitting there for a while, you could see like the dudes that walk around like this shit like
It's
nothing.
home.
Yeah.
Okay. Any time in solitary confinement?
Nah, not on Riker'S.
No. Okay. Did you know of people that went to the box?
Yeah, I was seeing it. I was seeing people get dragged out, like literally dragged out the dorms by their feet. They getting put in the box. That shit was happening like damn near every day.
What would they tell you when they came out?
Around that time, like the suicidal rate was high, so it was like a lot of niggas wasn't coming out, and then the ones that did come out, like they're just like I guess like they pride was in a way, so they wouldn't really tell you like how depressed they was. They like shrug it off like, oh, that shit about nothing.
Mm. So you kind of were forced to be tough.
Yeah, basically. Even if you wasn't, or even if you ain't want to be, like any sign of weakness, like niggas is on you.
How did it feel coming home?
That shit was a good feeling, but it was kind of like bittersweet because it's like you come home, but then you still got to keep in mind that you out on bail. So it's like something, it could always turn into you going back and staying for a longer period of time. So it's like when you home, you enjoy it, but then after every court date, it's like a reminder, like, nigga, you ain't done yet.